Hey guys, welcome back. Mr. Up here, and we've got 7.33D patch notes to go through. It's not too long, a lot of hero changes, couple item changes, nothing too dramatic. But I'm excited to see some of these changes because some of them are pretty important. So first off, Eternal Shroud got minor buff. Recipe cost decreased 200, total cost decreased 200. Shroud mana conversion increased 5%. I really never see this item get picked up that often, so maybe people start buying it more now, especially with these changes. It might influence more people to go this route. So Octarine Core, this is pretty significant here. Recipe change. So the old one was Perseverance, Soul Booster, Recipe. Now it's going to be Voidstone, Soul Booster, Recipe. Total cost unchanged. No longer provides health regen, and mana regen increased. So this is pretty significant because it means you won't be able to take a Vanguard and disassemble it into an Octarine Core. And also the Octarine Core is going to be more of a, I think, more of a purely casting item since it's only giving you mana regen and cooldown reduction and then whatever the basic stats are, right? Still wish it combined with Aether Lens, but oh well. Bring a health, 0.25 health regen. This is completely insignificant. Vanguard health regen, same thing as Ring of Health, but the damage block goes down. So instead of 5628 for melee and range, it's now 5025, which is kind of small, but they're really like pushing this item further and further down in power level. But I think the relationship between Vanguard and Octarine Core is the biggest aspect there. This won't be a super value item all the time. So heroes. Abaddon. They really hate Abaddon for some reason. I find this kind of surprising because I almost never see him get picked up. But, and also this change that they're doing is correlates with a lot of other universal heroes, the way they decided to address them. Base attack speed decreased from 120 to 95. So Aphotic Shield went up in mana cost by 10. Curse of Avernus, Ag Shard bonus basic flow decreased 5%, okay, whatever. And then some talent changes. So -1 strength here, -10 damage, and -10 Miscoil heal damage. So, you know, I think this is going to be the biggest thing. Like maybe carry Abaddon, it won't be really viable anymore. But I mean, it's kind of these two nerfs kind of nerf him in both support or carry mode. So I don't know. We'll see. Arc Warden. This seems pretty significant. So Tempest double cooldown went from 56 seconds at level 1 to 70, which that's got to hurt. I mean, I don't play Arc Warden, but if you do, that's definitely got to be annoying. 10 seconds at level 3. That's not so bad. Talents. Oh god, magnetic field attack speed bonus magic damage decreased from 40 to 30. Okay, flux duration decreased 0.5. All right, so minor nerfs here, but this one might be more significant. Batrider, they nerf sticky napalm again. Damage per stack decreased from 5 through 20 to 4 through 16. So that sucks for Batrider. Flame break movement slow decreased from 25% all levels to 10, 15, 20, 25. This spell was, I think, kind of overperforming a little bit. So it's kind of nice to see this change. He's still going to shit out a ton of damage if he just does like the, what's it called? The fire trail thing. I can't remember the name of it right now. If he does that build instead of going sticky napalm, I think he's still going to be kind of hard to deal with. What's the name of that? Firefly, that's it. Anyway, Beastmaster, Wild Axes. Damage per axe decreased from 40 through 130 to 35 through 125. So 5 damage, whatever, but it is per axe, so it's effectively 10 damage. And then Hawk Vision went down a little bit at level 3, so 900 to 750. All right, this, I don't know how significant this is, but it seems minor to me. Bloodseeker, this seems like kind of a decent nerf, so 120 damage at level 1 on Bloodright down to 90. That's not nothing, like 30 damage, that adds up over time, and it's going to really make it difficult to like secure last hits with that. Or more difficult anyway. Bounty Hunter lost 1 point of strength. Stun duration got nerfed by 0.2 seconds across the board. And Janata talent down by 10. Okay. Broodmother base charge restore time 3 seconds. Okay, whatever. And impact damage went up by 20 across the board. This might be significant. I don't know. Giving her the ability to like nuke people harder. I don't know if I like that because she already kind of does that really well. Quinks. Okay, he got a big bunch of nerfs here. So, Tar Bomb went up by 5 mana. Not the end of the world for him. Death Pact. Burning Skeleton Archers now have the same target priority as Shadow Shaman Serpent Wards. I'm not entirely sure what that means. I think it means other things on the map will choose to attack Skeleton Archers in the same way that Shaman Serpent Wards would get attacked. So maybe they will get cleared out by creeps and stuff more easily. Roshan's attacks now count as hero attacks for burning skeleton archers. Okay, so you can target or cheese Roche with them. Hero hits to kill burning skeleton archers decrease from 3 to 2. This is the biggest one. They're going to be much easier to clear if you just have to attack them twice. And then he lost 5% move speed on skeleton walk across the board. Nerf Crystal Maiden. Woohoo! 0.5 mana regen reduced. Okay. Disruptor base damage decreased by 2, but he gets a little bit more damage on Thunderstrike at level 4. This hero just, I don't know, man. It doesn't feel very good to me. But he's losing 10 damage per burst level 1, but it goes up by 5 level 4. I don't know. This feels pretty bad. A lot of his damage comes from right-clicking too, so this is actually kind of a significant nerf to him. Doom got hammered pretty hard here, so base armor decreased by 1. Bonus gold rescaled from 30, 85, 140, 195 to 40, 80, 120, 160. So nice round numbers, I guess, but higher starting gold, lower level 4 gold. I don't know. Maybe he'll still take it early, I'm not sure. Scorched Earth, bonus move speed decreased from 9 to 15 to 8 to 11. Not the end of the world at the beginning, but later on this kind of adds up, especially with this talent. Because this lost 3% move speed as well. So they don't want Doom to be able to run around super fast and make a bunch of gold for nothing and have high armor and rush Vanguard and go into Octarine. This feels a little bit like it's the Screw Doom patch, to be honest. So we'll see if he even gets picked anymore, but yeah, the Octarine change is probably the biggest change to him, and then Devour on top of it, yeah, that hurts. Enigma, Malefice damage per instance increased by 15 level 1, and then it goes to normal. Alright, Midnight Pulse radius increased. I don't know if this is enough to make him playable. Seems like nobody wants to play him now that you can't just like eat your own range creep. Gyrocopter, I don't see this hero at all. Missile 2 damage increased by 50. Okay, I don't know if that's going to make anybody play him. Teleport delay on recall went to 4 seconds instead of 3. I don't know, maybe this is like in really edge cases this matters, but it seems like if you're teleporting someone in, you kind of doing it for like a push, and that delay doesn't really matter so much. I don't know, I don't play a lot of Cuddle. Legion Commander got some nerfs here, so base damage decreased by 2, that is pretty relevant. Bonus attack speed decreased from 140 down to 125 at max level. So this spell is doing way too much stuff, so I'm happy to see nerfs on this. And then they also nerfed the talent to increase the damage of it. The Strat got a whole bunch of buffs here. So Split Earth radius goes up per level. Agashard radius, this is funny. Radius increase decreased 60 to 55. So I don't know, I guess the shard makes the Split Earth get bigger, right? And now it doesn't increase as much as it did increase before, but it still increases if you get the shard. You got that? Diabolic Edict. Okay, cooldown reduction on that. Cool. Lightning Storm. I think this is significant. This going from 70 damage to 90 damage, level 1, is kind of significant. That's going to make it much easier for him to contest last hits. Nihilism radius increase from 450 to 500. Does anyone get this? Is that the one that makes everybody ethereal? Am I remembering the wrong thing? Anyway. Lich, bonus move speed decreased by 5. Yuck. Lich has not felt good for me lately. I don't know what it is. He was like one of my main heroes before, and now like I just can't win games with him. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Maybe it's because he really wants to be paired with like melee cores, and I don't always have that. I'm not sure. It might just be like the mango changes are significant enough to like screw Lich. Lena, I don't see this hero ever. Dragon Slave, cooldown decreased from 12 to 9 to 11 to 8. Okay, 1 second. Fiery Soul, Ag Shard spell damage per stack increased from 15 to 20. Okay, so they really want her to be a spellcaster. Flame Cloak, spell amplification increased from 30 to 35. Same thing, duration increased. You really want Lena to just be hucking spells all over the place, but no one wants to play her. I don't know. Lion, Earth Spike radius increased by 15. Okay, it's going to be easier to hit these. Potentially get multiple people with them as well. And then Hex cast range increased by 25. This is, I don't know how they come up with these numbers, but whatever, great. Seems insignificant to me. Lycan, cooldown on Shapeshift decreased from 125 to 110. Ooh, 95 to 90. Okay. So you should have a lot more uptime in the early game, and that is pretty significant. Summon Wolf's health increased from up by 50. Okay, cool. Magnus lost some agility, so carry Magnus probably not going to be as good anymore. I mean, it is just base agility. And then empowered bonus effect on self-cast decreased from 75 to 50. I don't even know this had a bonus effect on self-cast, but now that's 25% less good. So yeah, carry Magnus probably not going to be as good anymore. Maybe still offlane Magnus though. Marcy lost strength gain by 0.2, agility gain by 0.2 as well. Going to be less good in the late game. Unleash Scepter cooldown reduction increased from 10 to 20. Yep. Silence duration 1.5 to 1. Okay, it seems reasonable, like, because her ags is kind of ridiculous. Talents though, he loses 70 disposed damage. Replace that with sidekick lifesteal, so that kind of hurts a lot. 70 damage is nothing to sneeze at. And then they just moved the damage to level 15, and then the lifesteal went down and went to level 10. I don't know. These are probably more significant changes than these, and this is a pretty big nerf. Alright, everybody's favorite hero to play against, Medusa. Mystic Stink. Mana gain decreased from 16 through 22 to 14 through 20. So 2% less mana gain back on that. Gonna make her much less tanky. Mana Shield. Illusions now have reduced damage absorption per mana. So it's 1 through 2.6 instead of 2 through 3.6. Illusions gain 0.7 damage per mana from level 25 talent instead of 1.3 damage absorption on the main. Instead of 1.3. Damage absorption on the main hero is unchanged. Okay. So these unkillable illusions are going to be less unkillable. Great. Stone Gaze. Stone duration decreased from 2.4 to 2 through 2.4. So this actually scales now. That really hurts Medusa's ability to, like, fight early on. But I think this is going to be the more significant one. Just being able to clear out her illusions is going to be a big deal. Level 20 talent Stone Gaze duration decreased from 2 to 1.5 seconds. Okay. Mirana lost 10 attack speed. Sacred Arrow, you now have to max it to get to the same number. It's max stun duration 3.2, went down to 2.6, but it's still 5 seconds at max level. Monkey King lost some stun duration on Boundless Strike, just 0.1 across the board. Jinker Master damage decreased by 20. This might be a bigger deal. I don't know. Nature's Prophet. I'm kind of worried about these. Now, I know a lot of people say, like, Nature's Prophet's only viable in the meta if his teleport cooldown is low. But him gaining 20 attack range is pretty annoying. Nature's Call is less mana, and it's a lower cooldown. And I don't like this. Curse of the Overgrowth, I've never seen anyone use this, so whatever. But the DPS per tree went up. Nyx Assassin, bonus damage reduced from 30 to 25%. Okay, less bursty. Pango, they're nerfing him again. Bonus or base move speed decreased by 0.5 or by 5. Swashbuckle got a range decrease again, so the dash range decreased from 550 through 850 to 400 through 850. So still, you give him levels. This is not the end of the world, but early it's going to be a lot harder for him to, like, finish off people or escape kills. Oh yeah. Talents. Level 20 swashbuckle damage decreased by 5. Rolling Thunder cooldown reduction decreased from 18 to 16. 25. Swashbuckle cooldown reduction decreased from 3 to 2.5. Okay. Phantom Lancer. Spirit Lance. Ag Scepter bonus illusion damage decreased from 40 to 30%. Juxtapose. Illusion damage decreased from 22 to 18 through 22. Alright. That's kind of significant. That's really going to hurt his ability to fight early. I mean, like, late game PL is going to do the same thing, but he's going to be... Both him and Dusa are going to be kind of sucky early, which they should be. Talents. Level 10 talent, 2.5 Phantom Rush bonus agility duration replaced with 8 strength. Ooh, that doesn't sound good. Level 15 talent, 15 strength replaced with 2.5 Phantom Rush bonus agility duration. Oh, so they just flipped them, and they made the strength less. Alright. Primal Beast. Now, this is kind of new. Pulverize. Each time the target is slammed, hit damage is now increased by 30 through 70 for the spell's duration. So that's cool. It's going to be a lot better at nuking people. Pugna got a nerf. Ally drain heal per second decreased from 160 through 320 to 120 through 300. So he's going to be much less about saving people. I don't know. I was having trouble making Pugna work anyway, so I don't know if this really even matters. So I was going to kind of stop playing him. I don't know. Maybe it's just the save archetype isn't super viable depending on, like, where you are in the MMR bracket. I'm not sure. But he's definitely one of my favorite heroes. I don't like to see him get nerfed. But at least it's not the damage getting nerfed, just the heal portion of it. Quap, Shadow Strike, Ag Scepter, initial damage bonus decreased from 80 to 50. Okay. Blink, Mana Cross increased by 5. All right. Talents, level 10 talent, strength decreased from 11 to 8. Level 10 damage decreased from 20 to 15. Oh, she had a 20 damage talent. I didn't know that. Okay. I don't see Quap a lot either, like ever. Level 20 talent, Scream of Pain, damage decreased from 120 to 100. Okay, so just lots of nerfs. She must have been overperforming. Razor, base agility increased by 2. Static Link, buff duration increased by 3 seconds, level 1. Same at level 4. Same 18 seconds at level 4. Talents, level 10 agility increased from 12 to 14. So they want him to be more right-clicky more often. Makes sense? Silencer, Arcane Curse. Initial damage decreased from 40 through 100 to 20 through 80. So I think this is just the initial tick of damage on Arcane Curse, not the dot effect of it. Which means this isn't like a big deal for him. Sniper, they're increasing shrapnel radius for some reason. So now it scales up to 475. Spirit Breaker is getting some nerfs. So base armor decreased by 1. Okay. Charge of Darkness, cooldown increased 3 seconds, scaling down to 1 second reduction or increase. 21 through 12. Accept a cooldown reduction or cooldown increase from 7 to 8. Okay. So they just want him to be charging less often. Probably in fights is the point there. Talents level 15, Talent Bulldoze, cooldown reduction decreased from 4 to 3. Okay, so I just want him to be doing less Spirit Breaker things. But in terms of damage and all that, it's going to work the same. He just gets to do it less often. Techies. So here's this universal hero thing I was talking about. Base attack speed decreased from 100 to 90. Alright, so instead of affecting the damage, they just want them to be able to click less. It does make sense. But they're also nerfing Sticky Bomb and Blast Off. So damage decreased from 90 through 360 down to 80 through 320. So 10 damage, level 1, I mean, it'd probably still be fine. But losing 40 damage later, I mean, that's going to hurt. Blast Off stun duration decreased. It's the same level 1, but now it's 1.25 seconds to level 4 instead of 1.4. Alright. I don't know. Maybe it's not the worst nerfs ever. I'll probably still pick him a lot. I've been playing a lot of techies. Timber Saw, level 15 talent, spell amplification decreased from 8 to 7. It's 1%. Who cares? Tiny Avalanche cooldown decreased from 26 to 14 through to 23 through 14. Okay. Never really seeing Tiny get picked anymore, so maybe this will help him get picked more. Tusk. This is an oddly specific way to buff a hero. Snowball, bonus damage per ally increased from 25 through 100 to 40 through 115. Okay, so just deathball people with your whole team, I guess, is the goal here. Venomancer, Noxious Plague, initial damage decreased from 200 through 400 to 150 through 350. That does sound like a pretty significant nerf, but I don't know. That seems like the rest of his kit's the same. Void Spirit's getting a bunch of nerfs as well. Base strength decreased by 1. Strength gain decreased by 0.3. Int gain decreased by... What the hell is that? Through 0.7 by 0.8? Jesus. Okay, that's a lot. So he's going to have a lot less mana. A ton less mana to work with. So you might actually have to buy some mana items. Dissimulate. Mana cost increased. So now it's just 130 all the time. It doesn't scale anymore. That's kind of a nerf to early game. Astral Step. Void Mark damage decreased from 150 through 350 to 130 through 330. I'm going to turn my music down a little bit here. Alright. Oh yeah, then they moved the outer Dissimulate ring to 20 and took the Resonant Pulse down to 15 and took the damage off a little bit. So they're starting to kind of dumpster this hero, I think. I don't know if he's going to get played that much more. Kind of sucks because I think he's a really fun hero to watch. Does suck to die to him, of course. Windrunner, please nerf this hero into the ground. Okay, same thing. So she loses 10 attack speed, just like Techies. Strength gain decreased by 0.4. Windrun, accept her physical damage taken reduction decreased from 50 to 35%. It's going to be easier to kill during Windrun. Okay. Focus Fire, damage reduction increased from 25 to 30. So she's going to do less damage as well. Nice. I think this should just be a higher cooldown. I don't know why the hell this is what, 30 seconds or whatever at level 3. That would be a pretty nice way to nerf it, but it does suck to die to focus fire anyway, so I'm happy to see this. Talents, level 20, talent focus fire, damage directing decreased from 16 to 12. Okay. So, hopefully no one plays Wind Ranger anymore, because I hate Wind Ranger. Winter Wyvern, base strength decreased by 2, base damage decreased by 2, base attack speed decreased by 10. So they don't want people doing carry Wyvern as much. But this is kind of the same thing as... Well, it is the same thing. Wyvern, Wind Ranger, and Techies all just losing attack speed to make up for their like universal hero, insane right-click damage, harass, right? Maybe this will be a nice way to fix it without having to change the whole formula on damage. And then Zeus, Thunder God's Wrath, damage increased from 350 through 600 to 350 through 650. So his ult's going to be more viable now. I don't know if we're going to see a lot of Zeus. I never see him get picked. It is kind of the same heroes over and over again. It's just universal heroes, lots of stuns and everything. But I don't know. I'm excited to see how much Doctrine Core and Vanguard changes change up the way offlane feels, because right now it's kind of stale. And maybe some of the, like the Void Spirit nerfs will actually let us see more heroes picked in middle and stuff like that. I don't know. Excited to see it. Anyway, thank you for watching, guys. Don't forget to check out the playlist at the end of the video. I do Dota coaching and some other Dota videos as well. And I stream every weekday on Twitch at Mr. TV. And I will see you in the next one.